So let's plow ahead to the next revenge story. Bill, I used to have this neighbor that used to play his TV so loud. Although this is a great one. I used to have a neighbor that used to play his TV so loud that I could hear it through the walls at all hours of the day and night. I understand that when you live in an apartment and you have to put up with a certain level of shit, but this was fucking ridiculous. I tried the good neighbor approach, but got the cunt attitude back from this prick. So one day, a few buddies of mine, we were hanging out, we were drinking, we heard some TV show through the wall. Now, I understand I lived in a community of townhomes and all the buildings were wired with the same cable company. I could not believe it never occurred to me before, but all of the cable boxes used the same remote. Well, we went outside this dude's window, and with my remote, and from the window, his TV and cable box were in clear view. So we used our remote and turned off the TV mid-show. Immediately, the prick turns it back on, and we turned it off again. After doing this a few times, we took it to a new level and started changing the stations on him. Dude, how fucking hard were you laughing? I was never good at keeping a straight face in situations like that. I would have been fucking wheezing outside of his window. I would have been laughing so hard. Anyways, we started hitting the mute button, whatever we could do to fuck up this cunt's viewing pleasure. We fucked with this asshole for a half hour before he called Time Warner and started screaming at the operator. Figuring we were pushing the hilarity and our luck, we stopped and went inside. The next day I saw the cable truck outside, and as I'm sure he got someone to come out and fix his cable. The next night we did the same thing until the guy just gave up and went to bed. At about 3:30 a.m., we turned the TV on full blast. And he came downstairs actually cursing at the TV. We did this every couple of nights for about 2 weeks. After a while, the guy bought a new TV that for some reason caused the remote we had to no longer work. I don't know if he figured the whole thing out, but the prick continued to watch his tube at full blast. But I figured the revenge was served because this prick lost several nights of sleep and shelled out several $100 on an unneeded new TV. In my mind, I win. Sorry I read the last part bad, but I figured out how you can continue to fuck with him. What you need to do is you got to buy a universal remote and just follow the instructions. I forget what it is. I remember I used to have one way back in the day. You point it at the TV and you hold, I don't know, a certain button down till a certain thing comes up on the screen. And you can actually sync up the universal remote to whatever fucking TV he has. And if you do that and you continue to fuck with him, you might actually reduce him to tears. And I don't know. I think he fucking deserves it. That's a fucking, that's, what the fuck am I trying to say here? Let me let this next trolley go by. Sorry, I'm scrolling up here. I'm scrolling up and trying to compliment this guy. I can't even talk this week.